Hello from the pipe. Today, we plan to spend an amazing day in Amsterdam and take you with us. We decided to start from the Pipe neighborhood. It's a very lively and popular neighborhood in the city. One of the most famous places here is the Albert Kuip Market. There you can find fresh food, clothes, and flowers. But today is Sunday and the market is closed. There are lots of popular yet worthy brunch places around. We picked the Wasseret, which in Dutch means the laundromat. You do not need a reservation, just rely on your luck. My go-to breakfast when I travel is avocado toast with egg and almond cappuccino. It just can't go wrong. After breakfast, we took a longer route to our next destination to walk through the Sarfati Park. This beautiful park is a popular spot for locals to relax, jog, or picnic. When I first moved to the Netherlands, for some reason I did not expect Amsterdam to be this much green. I couldn't be more wrong. Check out this building, so beautiful. We arrived at the iconic Magerebrug, aka Skinny Bridge. It doesn't look skinny, I know, but it used to be. It was built in 1691 to connect two sides of the Amstel River. The original bridge was so narrow that people find it hard to pass and gave it its nickname, Skinny Bridge. Almost 200 years later, the bridge was replaced with a new, wider version, but the name got stuck. There are so many things that seem normal for Amsterdammers, but not so for tourists. Like cars parking like this, or a person carrying two bikes on a bike. This city never stops surprising you. Around the Magerebrug, you can enjoy the view of iconic canal houses. When you cross the bridge, you will find the Hermitage and Amsterdam museums. If you're visiting Amsterdam for the first time and have time to plan museums to visit beforehand, then Rijksmuseum and Van Gogh Museum are must-see. But if you have extra time or revisiting the city, Amsterdam Museum is a nice place to visit. The first museum stop of the day, Amsterdam Museum. The ticket costs 18 euros for adults and includes a free audio guide. This is a temporary location until the rebuilding of the original museum is done. Until then, you can get familiar with city's rich history from its beginning as a small fishing village to the lively city it is today. The first document with the name of Amsterdam is dated back to the 13th century. In the 16th century, as a part of the Reformation, the city replaced its Catholic city council with a Protestant majority government. Since then, Amsterdam has become a more and more independent state. In the following century, the city grew tremendously and became a trade center. This also gave the city and state power to colonize Indonesia and Caribbean, and colonial products became casual necessities for the rich. Although slavery was illegal in Holland, it was practiced in colonies. It is the Times Square and then... Yeah, I know. The thing is that the only existing building, I think, is the old church here. This is the, I think, construction of the Royal Palace, I guess. This sneak peek into history and daily life of locals makes you view the city from a different angle. There are also other exhibitions you can enjoy. One is Untold Stories. Traditionally, only the rich could afford to have portraits, and many people in the past never sat for one. This limits our view of the past. Therefore, this project aims to document many faces in North Holland to be demonstrated in the museum. Another exhibition was about the 17th century New Amsterdam settlement established in Manhattan and its brief history. In the interactive section, you can practice the Munsi language.
Ni dishinzi Leila. Ni dishinzi Leila. The Anushka. I think this is true.
5 minutes later.
Anushka. 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 Thank you. I thought I've been to most of the museums in Amsterdam, or at least heard of, but I found a museum that I didn't know about it. And I was building itinerary for today. I was like, haven't been there, so that's our next stop. As we walked to our next museum, we were walking on Blauwbrug, the Blue Bridge. Its design was inspired by the Alexandre the Third Bridge in Paris. Although it was adjusted a few times after, when it was built in the 19th century, critics found it too arrogant for the city. And similar to the Skinny Bridge, it's called the Blue Bridge because a bridge that was here before had blue railings. Our plan is not to visit many museums, but there is this hidden one that I recently found and I'm curious whether it's worth it. Let's find it together. This amazing house was named after Abraham and Louisa Willet Holthuizen, the last people who lived here. When Louisa passed away in 1895, she generously gave the house, along with their large art and book collection, to the city of Amsterdam, so this place could become a museum. For €12.50, you can explore this 17th century mansion. There's also a historic kitchen where you can imagine the servants preparing meals behind the scenes. The house is decorated in a fancy style the Willet Holthuizen's loved. As you climb up the grand staircase, you will see statues that add elegance and meaning to the house. These statues represent ideas like wisdom, beauty, and strength, featuring Athena, the goddess of war and wisdom, and Apollo, the god of arts. These statues were meant to impress visitors and show the family's love for art and culture. On the first floor, you will enter the grand reception rooms, where the Willet Holthuizens once hosted fancy dinners and parties for Amsterdam's elite. These luxurious furnitures are not the originals, but they are designed to represent the real ones. Exploring this house is like stepping back in time and experiencing the elegant life in old Amsterdam. I can't believe this place is still a hidden gem. We continue to wander the streets of Amsterdam. I never paid attention to that. I've been living in Netherlands, 7 years? I never knew that.
So really, it's more.
Yeah. Same water, one from the fridge, another from the shelf. Why it's expensive? Just because it's cold.
That's okay.
We walk through the Rembrandtplein, a lively square in Amsterdam, famous for its statue of the renowned artist Rembrandt. Recently, the square has become home to the Tinker, a striking bronze sculpture by contemporary artist Josef Klibanski. The square also hosts a vibrant art market where local artists sell unique paintings, sculptures, and handmade crafts. You can also have lunch or some drinks at one of the restaurants around the square. What you say? This is Amsterdam rocking.
We are rocking.
Rock and roll. Let's go. No Amsterdam visit goes without tasting the world-famous Van Stapelen cookies. If you have watched my previous Amsterdam vlog, you would realize that they have moved to a new location. Unfortunately, they no longer accept pre-orders. On the good side, this place is way bigger and the queue goes faster. While waiting for your queue, you can watch the process of ingredients from dough to delicious cookies. It costs €3 and we got our order within 5 minutes. And here is the first bite. I usually don't eat sugar and I find it too sweet. Nevertheless, it has become an iconic thing to do and my husband and I always share. From there you can walk to Dam Square. On the left you can see the Royal Palace. You can watch its interior on my previous vlog in Amsterdam. It was getting warmer and we decided to walk through the department store, the Bijenkorf, for AC. Amsterdam is filled with Easter eggs, but there is one particular that I check every time I'm in the city. It's close to the central station, so let me show you. This is a if you know moment. And here we are, my favorite building in Amsterdam, Amsterdam Central train station. Today I didn't feel like doing it, but you can see there the biggest swing in Europe. That swing there. I've done it once, so I don't feel like doing it. But if you're an adrenaline junkie, you can try that. Now, let me take you to my favorite place to visit in Amsterdam. This place is located only 25 minutes away from Amsterdam city center and definitely worth the visit. I didn't know that there's an open market here today. It's so cool. But okay, we are behind schedule anyway, so let's make the best out of our time. Poppy jazz! No, we just had our sweet. That's enough sweet for a month. Oyster. It's it's so fun. Oyster. It's like kissing a mermaid. Do you want to kiss a mermaid, honey?
Let me do it.
Aww. It was so hard to hold myself back to not make any impulsive purchases. Oh, I see my husband went for cold sangria. I feel like having kombucha. Strawberry and red pepper. Let's try.
Amsterdam, tot een eeuwigheid zal ik spreken. Ik geef een boodschap van mooie schijn.
Welcome to Fabriek de Lumières. Today, we are becoming part of famous Dutch paintings through this immersive art experience. The ticket costs 17 euros per person. The show takes around 30 minutes. We enjoyed every second of it. I don't think words can describe the feeling you get at this place. If you couldn't get a ticket to the Rijksmuseum or Van Gogh Museum, don't get sad. This is the next best thing. Or even if you have visited those museums and have seen these paintings in real life, it still feels magical when they come alive. From there, we took a bus to the Nine Streets, the Negen Straatjes in Dutch. It's a famous shopping area in the heart of Amsterdam. It gets its name because it's made up of 9 small streets that connect city's main canals. As you walk around, you will see all the beautiful old houses and bridges. There are a few things that you don't want to miss in this area. One of them is the Loties Amsterdam. It's a lovely cafe that we visit every time we are in the city. You will also find this 100-year-old photo booth. It costs 8 euros and it's the best keepsake you can have from Amsterdam. I love how these pics turned out. There are a few seats outside as well. We decided to rest inside. First thing first, I ordered a much needed iced latte. Then we shared a club sandwich. After getting some rest, we continued our journey in 9 streets. There is also a houseboat museum you can visit. This area is filled with coziness, or as Dutch says, gezellig. You can find this Van Gogh mural art in Prinsengracht. There is this place that I always heard about but never visited. This time we planned our route around it. It's Birijnhof. This is a well-known yet somewhat hidden place in the middle of Amsterdam. It's one of the oldest courtyards in the city. It's at medieval street level, which means it's a meter below the rest of the old city center. As the name suggests, it was a beguinage, where a religious woman lived in a community. The earliest document about this place dates back to the 14th century. It was rebuilt in the 15th century after a fire burned down the wooden houses. You can wander around the courtyard, visit the hidden church, and observe the only wooden house left from the 15th century. This court is still inhabited only by women. You should be quiet and respectful while visiting. In the corner behind the wooden house, you can find the facade stones. They each demonstrate a different religious event. They each were gathered from various locations, and for some, the origin is not even clear. It was around 5, and at 6 we had a special appointment. It's my all-time favorite thing to do. And I always make sure to have this experience whether I have family or friends visiting us. But first, we stop at Albert Heijn to get some snacks for our special day. And here we are! During this vlog, you have seen many boats going through Amsterdam canals. Many tourists don't even know that they can book their own. I always rely on Mokum Boot for our boat tours. It costs 90 euros for 2 hours and is suitable for up to 6 people. The standard Amsterdam city route is around 2 hours as well. You can enjoy Amsterdam like local. We got our drinks and snacks while enjoying the scenery. This is the most enjoyable thing you can do in Amsterdam. We are doing it every summer a few times with friends, with family, 2 of us. It's an amazing date idea. It's a great proposal idea. So we love it. But there are some house rules. You cannot have music, driver cannot drink. Then you can stop the car. I was going to say car. You can stop the boat. and go outside, observe, discover, but there should be a driver on the boat. So it's two of us. Why?
Another room.
Mike.
Night.
This is probably by the way, this is night lamp. You don't need a special driver permission or anything. Anyone can drive it. There's a speed limit anyway. You have to follow some rules. It's similar to car rules, like go on the right goes first, etc. You can bring your own drink, food, whatever you want on the boat, but be sure, of course, don't litter outside the canals. I think that's it. It's addictive, like, especially weather is nice, but also when weather is not nice. Okay, it's not good when it's raining. We have done it in like early spring or summer. It was cold, we had jackets, it felt so cozy to sit here, enjoy it with our families.
Here we are, back to Magherebrug, the skinny bridge. We always try to stop here and get beautiful pictures. Sunset is our favorite time for this route. I always love how people engage with each other in canals. Like calling you from the canal side or raising glasses to you is a normal thing. On the route, you can see several churches, unique Amsterdam canal houses, life in the boat houses like this one with a chicken farm and this one with greenhouse, go under many historic bridges and see many other things that make this city unique. Near the end, the route takes you in front of the Anne Frank's house and Westerkerk. And thus, 2 hours passed. I am grateful that Mokum Boot invited me to enjoy this route on a beautiful sunny Amsterdam day. We decided to end the day at W Amsterdam rooftop with a beautiful view of the city. It also has a small pool that you can enjoy. And the view of the pool, the Royal Palace.
Oh, he got game sister, and he always wanna play safe. Seems so strange that I love him. He gon' drive me insane. He gon' be the one to. 'Cause you light in my face.
The live music was lovely. This is a popular spot and needs a reservation.
Cheers to the perfect way to end the perfect day.
I hope you enjoyed this stay in Amsterdam as much as I did. Last but not least, do not forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel to not miss the coming adventures. Happy travels!